The Putna Monastery is an ancient monastic settlement. The archaeological investigations showed traces of monastic life as early as the beginning of the 14th century. In its current form, it dates back to 1466, when the ruler of Moldavia, Prince Stephen the Great, laid the foundation of the church, which he dedicated to the Dormition of the Mother of God. Its founder, Stephen the Great, was declared the greatest Romanian of all times. He was canonized by the Romanian Orthodox Church in 1992 for being a great defender of the faith and a great benefactor of the church. He built more than 34 churches and monasteries in Moldavia. He was a great benefactor of Zographul Monastery, in fact, its second founder, and of Hilandar and Vatopedi monasteries from Mount Athos. At Vatopedi he built the refectory and the seaport. The Putna Monastery inherits a rich patrimony, such as illumined manuscripts from the 15th century. One of the most valuable collections of Byzantine embroideries from southeastern Europe. Icons painted at Putna by Moscow masters during the 15th century. Silver and gold sacred objects, and so on. Beside various workshops and a scriptorium, the monastery also had a school of Byzantine music, which was one of the most renowned at that time. Throughout the centuries, the monastery went through many tribulations, fires, earthquakes, pillages from various foreign armies. Consequently, the church had to be reconstructed in 1653. Between 1775 and 1918, the entire region, Bukovina, was occupied by the Austrian Empire. Its administration imposed a lot of restrictions on the monastic life, which resulted in one of the most difficult periods in the history of the monastery. In the Second World War, the monastery was almost blown off by the retreating German troops, being spared at the intercession of a monk of the monastery. After that, the communist regime and its oppression came along. All these contributed to the marks of orthodoxy being imprinted on this place. Romania's national poet Mihai Eminescu called Putna the Jerusalem of the Romanian people, and the tomb of Stephen the Great the altar of the national conscience. In keeping with the spirit of its founder, Putna remained a place with great openness towards the entire Orthodox world. Being a symbol of the Romanians, it is visited by many Orthodox personalities. For instance, in 2004, the Ecumenical Patriarch, His All Holiness Bartholomew, placed a candle on the tomb of Stephen the Great as a sign of gratitude for the help he granted to the Christians from the territories under the Turkish yoke. The current monastic rule was laid down in 1956 by Father Cleopa Ilie, the renowned elder. He spent a few months at Putna, bringing along several young monks who became the backbone of the monastery for the following decades. That foundation allowed Putna to enjoy a great period of stability. Since 1962, there have been only 3 abbots: Archimandrite Gerasim, Archimandrite Iachint, and Archimandrite Melchizedek, the current abbot. Maybe the greatest treasure of Putna is the choir of the fathers who sanctified themselves in this place throughout time, starting with its holy founder Stephen the Great and his counselor Saint Daniel the Hermit, continuing with Hierarch Ilie Iorest, confessor of the faith against the Calvinists, Metropolitan Jacob, the second founder of the monastery, along with his close collaborators, which have fragrant holy relics, up to our fathers from the 20th century, Bishop Gerasim, the former abbot, Archimandrite Iachind, who fell asleep while on the confessor chair, having the gift of the prayer of the heart, Hieroschema monk Caesarius, Hieroschema monk Damascene, Archdeacon Theophylact, who didn't miss a single church service, having also the gift of the prayer of the heart, and so on. All of them created with God's help a spiritual atmosphere of grace and peace, which is sensed even by foreign tourists. They are our foundation. They are our strength. Beside all that has been said, one of our main legacies is this: an open monastery ministering to the people of the Lord.